The air crackled. Reich, reacting instinctively, shoved Carlyle behind a crumbling pillar just as Vogel launched himself forward, the ornate dagger a blur of motion. The blade sliced through the air where Carlyle had been moments before, embedding itself in the stone with a sickening thud. "Foolish old man," Vogel sneered, his eyes glinting with fanaticism. "Zerzura will belong to the Reich." Reich lunged, his revolver barking in the confined space. The bullets ricocheted harmlessly off Vogel's armbands and the ancient's down. Vogel, impossibly fast, dodged each shot with a mocking ease. It wasn't the speed of a man, but something else. He's augmented somehow, Reich grunted, pivoting to avoid another thrust. "That dagger, it's given him power." Amelia, ignoring the escalating battle, focused on the binding stone. It pulsed with an eerie, blue light, resonating deep within her bones. It wasn't merely a stone, it was a key, a lock, a conduit. The glyphs surrounding it seemed to shift and swirl as she moved, a dance, a desperate, silent plea. The stone resonated with her movements, mirroring her steps. "The resonance, it's responding to my rhythm," she whispered, her voice strained. "I need to synchronize my movements with the stone's energy." The Shadow Lord, a towering silhouette against the pulsing blue light, regarded them with ancient malice. His voice, a guttural boom that seemed to vibrate the very foundations of the pyramid, echoed through the cavern. "Resistance is futile," he rumbled. "Zerzura will be mine. Its power will be mine. The world will tremble before my dominion." He reached out, a shadowy hand extending towards the binding stone, his fingers almost touching its surface. "No!" Amelia cried out, her movements becoming more frantic. She spun, a whirlwind of motion, her feet tracing an ancient pattern on the stone floor. The blue light intensified, bathing the cavern in an ethereal glow. The glyphs around the stone began to align, to coalesce as if responding to her dance. "The pattern, I'm almost there," she muttered, beads of sweat dripping down her forehead. Suddenly, the floor beneath Vogel trembled violently. Spectral figures, the silent ones, materialized from the shadows, their faces etched with an unbearable sorrow. They reached out, their touch inflicting a wave of grief that momentarily paralyzed the Nazi officer. "What?" Vogel gasped, clutching his head. This grief." Reich seized the opportunity, delivering a swift kick to Vogel's midsection, sending him stumbling backward. He then spun, engaging the silent ones, firing a warning shot. The shots seemed to repel them momentarily. "Distract him," Reich shouted. "Amelia, finish the ritual." With a final, desperate spin, Amelia completed the sequence. A blinding flash of blue light erupted from the binding stone, momentarily eclipsing the Shadow Lord's form. When the light subsided, a shimmering barrier had formed around the stone, imprisoning the Shadow Lord within its ethereal cage. "No! I will return!" the Shadow Lord roared, his voice fading as the barrier solidified. The cavern fell silent. The blue light dimmed, revealing the exhausted trio. Carlyle, slowly recovering from the shock, leaned heavily on his cane. "Remarkable," he breathed, wiping sweat from his brow. "You have done what few have ever accomplished, Amelia." "It's not over," Amelia said, her voice trembling. "The barrier's not permanent. He's still out there." Suddenly, a low rumble echoed through the cavern. Cracks spiderwebs across the ceiling. "The disruption, it's destabilizing the pyramid," Carlyle warned, his eyes scanning the crumbling structure. "We must leave, now. The resonance, even contained, is still influencing the surrounding environment." As they turned to flee, a figure emerged from the shadows. Vogel. He was bruised and bleeding, but his eyes burned with a renewed fanaticism. He held a shard of the dagger, its energy pulsing with malevolent power. "You may imprison the Shadow Lord for now," he hissed, his voice dripping with venom. "But the Reich's ambition cannot be contained. I will return, and when I do, Zerzura and the world will belong to the Führer." With a final, defiant glare, Vogel disappeared into the darkness, leaving the trio to face the crumbling pyramid and the lingering threat of the Shadow Lord and the Reich. They had won a battle, but the war was far from over. The very structure of Zerzura groaned around them as they desperately began their escape.